Welcome.
Look, Gordon, ropes. We can use these for big pits.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Gayest of Greatest Secret Tavern. This side of Linsa Laminsa, the Queer Buccaneer. I'm your host, the motion star behind the bar, Captain Eden Jackson, here is your government assigned lo-fi while I speak. You couldn't hear it for a second there, but it's there now. I feel like I am being against my will radicalized into being one of those self-hosting wankers, because first it was like all the streaming services getting far too expensive, so I had to just build my own shit. Then it was Spotify turning like even more evil than they were, so I had to just like delete it all and start getting my own music again. And now it's fucking Discord going like, oh yeah, show us your ID, or we'll just, feed every single message you've ever sent into a big AI, and then it'll just have a reckon about how old you are. So I'm like, okay, where am I gonna go? Because that ain't fucking on, is it? Anyway, how are you all doing? How are you all? I recommend Matrix solely because I believe it can also connect to Discord. You can the same channels, so people use it. At the minute I'm on Stoat, and there is a Stoat server for the channel. I'm also looking at Fluxer, but Fluxer doesn't have an app. I will look into Matrix. I think I used Matrix exactly once in the past, and it was a lot, and it scared me. But yeah, I'll look into Matrix, but I'm happy on like Stoat right now. But yeah, Discord is just fucking pissing me the fuck off. If I have to download 7 fucking episodes, I get, yeah, that's the thing. Like, this is what happens when any sort of big thing like this happens. It happened with Twitter, and people scattered to Mastodon and Blue Sky and Threads, and then Threads died. I know like one person that's on Threads, and they're like, "Oh, it's so good. I can't build an audience on Blue Sky because there's no algorithm." I'm like, "That's because you're posting shit. If you need an algorithm to build an audience, you're posting is just shit. Post better." But yeah, like, and now like Discord is going to make people scatter to, there's going to be the people that dig their heels in and don't move. Then there's going to be the people on Stoat, the people on Fluxer, the people on Matrix, the people on all the bastardry. I'm genuinely so terrified because it's going to mean every single community I'm in is going to scatter. We should just go back to forums. Go back to fucking the InVision free forum, move back to Zeta boards. Let's all chat on the Neo boards. Let's log into Teams. I you know where we're gonna be. You know where we're gonna be. We're gonna be on Stoat. There's a link in chat to go to the Stoat server. For emotion. Oh, let's make a web ring. And then there is going to be a William different forums. You're so right. But at least the forums are like just Googleable or like search engineable. Because I can't use fucking Google anymore because Google's gone to shit. God, internet sucks now. Kona, welcome. We're just lamenting. It's the upside with Discord specifically is that it is one of the most bullyable companies I've ever seen. They have gone back on so much shit because people bullied them. People bullied them a little bit, and they left a little. It must be really easy for your computer to have as a browser for your platform. They've put out a statement that was like, hey, don't worry, we're not going to ask everyone for ID. We're just going to instead feed all of your messages that you send, the private messages that you have between your friends. We're just going to feed them into an AI instead, and the AI is going to have a reckon what your age is, so you might even not need to give it ID. But that's not better. To me, that's not better. Like, that's worse? Question mark. Like, I don't want fucking a very leakable AI. I don't want all my shit fed into an AI. I don't want fucking. Yeah, we're gonna use the games you play to detect. Fucking Pokemon, Roblox, Fortnite. It happened with the fucking restricted mode on YouTube, and everyone was like, "This sucks. This is bad." And now Discord are like, "Well, what if we do it?" I think very quickly, Discord is going to learn that they are not the cultural institution that they think they are. I think they're going to learn very, very fast that they're not a tentpole of like society. They're just an app. They're just an app, and that's all that they are. And people will move on, and they will crash and burn, hopefully. Because I am fucking sick of it. I'm fucking sick of everything being ruined by trying to eliminate privacy and feed everything into an AI. It's such fucking horseshit. I want it all to die. It's weird how all this privacy thing came out. All this like privacy destroying things. It's weird how all that came out immediately after like Zoomers and millennials started going, hey, the genocide in Palestine is bad. And then immediately it was like, shut it all down. Don't let anybody talk to each other. Fucking close the doors. Everything's gone. Everyone needs their ID to use the internet. It's funny how that works. TeamSpeak keep laughing at their replies. People might be going back to TeamSpeak. We could resurrect the ghost that is TeamSpeak, you know? Like, who's to say that TeamSpeak isn't the one that wins the war? Like, this is just the sky. TeamSpeak is how people used to organize raids on WoW before Discord. I think it was like just voice chats, but it was just like voice chats originally. It was TeamSpeak and Mumble, but now they do like Discord style servers as well. They're not free though, which is the big thing. But yeah, if they fix the platform instead of memeing in Discord comments, I've got a couple of mates that are scoping it out at the minute. We're all sort of, because again, we're all scattering. I think, yeah, I also really hope they end up rolling it back, because I also don't want to lose a bunch of connections, a bunch of friends, a bunch of like communities. Someone put Slack on a meme about this, and it's like, Slack? Fucking Slack? Oh, fuck, nobody's gonna use fucking Slack. Slack is for work things. It's also tied to corporations pushing data scraping. Yeah, AI sales pitches to governments as well. It's all the fucking flim-flam men, flimming and flamming. And I hate it. No, but nobody is going to Slack. I think I used Slack exactly once for like a freelancer community thing, and I was like, this is like Discord. If it handled like ass, I'm leaving. Goodbye. And yeah, we need to go back to smoke signals and web rings and email lists. Maybe we all just need to send group emails to each other. These flim flam men go flim and flam until the bullet explodes. And and we're left holding the bag. Exactly, we're left holding the bag. Discord, if it handled like ass, you mean Discord? Yeah. Discord, if it handled like ass compared to Discord. I was required to use Slack for uni. What the fuck? Glad all my teammates dropped out so I could just do the work. Fair. Uni making you use Discord. Uni making you use Slack is insane. Pretty much the biggest lobby is pushing it is Peter Thiel, the actual Antichrist, Peter Thiel, and a load of people in those files. Yeah. It's weird how a bunch of I'm not even know if I'm allowed to say the word on Twitch, but it's funny how a bunch of those kinds of people, like I think Punchy said it best. Like, I knew these things were evil, but I didn't think they would be just this evil, you know? Wrong'uns, yeah, nonsense. I lost my train of thought. I've started to refer to Jeffrey Epstein as the Forrest Gump of bastards, because every single thing that is bad in the world he seemed to have a hand in. So he is the Forrest Gump of bastards now. And somehow he's responsible for this. My conspiracy theory is that the first round, the government worker who just put black rectangles over the text did that on purpose. No, it's sassy. Here's the thing. It's not that they did it to maliciously comply. It's that Elon Musk's Doge cancelled everyone in the government's Adobe Acrobat subscriptions so they couldn't properly redact them. Because that kind of redaction is an Adobe Acrobat feature. And Doge, remember when Doge was showing off how much they saved by cancelling all of these unused Adobe Creative Cloud subscriptions? That was everybody's Acrobat. That was what they needed to redact the files. So yeah, Elon fucking Musk is why the files weren't redacted properly the first round. It's fucking poetry. It's absolute fucking poetry. I don't know why the music's spitting. It's real. Just fucking like go. You can go back and read the news story of Doge canceling a bunch of Adobe Acrobat, Adobe Creative Cloud subscriptions to save money. And then it's a straight line to the documents aren't redacted properly because MJ, thank you for the raid. I'm just blowing people's minds with this bullshit. So Doge cancelled everyone's Creative Cloud subscriptions in the government, claiming they weren't being used to save a bunch of money. Straight line to the first wave of the Epstein files being released. They're all redacted. They're all redacted poorly because they don't have the Adobe Acrobat subscriptions anymore, so they can't redact them properly. It's not even like I'm not even doing like tinfoil hat conspiracy. This is just cause and effect. It's just cause and effect. Hi MJ. Hi Dan the man. Welcome everybody. We are at the minute we're just chatting shit, putting the world to rights. At the minute we're just putting the world to rights, and then we're gonna do a minute cryptic, and then we're gonna do some art. How are you all doing? How is your stream? Yeah, you can't make this. If I wrote that in a book, an editor would tell me that's too on the nose. Take it out. You just sometimes you just gotta point out the absurdity so you can laugh at it. Otherwise, you'll go insane. Should we do a minute cryptic? Let's do a minute cryptic. Repeat this passage. Ruthless truth boothed by uncouth sleuth. That's a fun one. Ruthless truth boothed by uncouth sleuth. Okay, so the colon. I'm learning. Finish one time stories. Hell yeah. Ben, thank you for the sub. 83 fucking months. That is a ridiculous amount of time. That is absolutely wild. Repeat so ooh sounds. Okay, the colon to me is saying that this is the definition and this is the clue, because word colon, this is what means that word, or the other way around. I'll also be seeing Iron Lung. I need to go see Iron Lung. Problem is, because I live in like a shitty village now, I need to like get on a train to go to a cinema, and that just means I don't go to a cinema near enough. But I really want to see Iron Lung. I've heard real good things about it. Ruthless truth. That's the letter T, right? Because truth, if it is ruthless, as in you take the ruth out of it, you just get T, right? So that's T. Boothed by. If I had easy access to a train, if I could take it right. Okay. Yeah, the one, like, we've got pretty decent trains. But like the trains are legit. Trains out of my village are every hour, so it's not great, and they also end really early. David Schindler, the comedian co-wrote this puts the Stalin happened to the Kremlin when Stalin died. It was wilder than the others would have believed. We now live every year finding governments doing stupid and more public things. Yeah, exactly. Fucking this is why like people are saying like satire is dead, because it's just getting too ridiculous. Public transit haver. I am a public transit haver. I have a semi-functional train system and a semi-functional bus system operating where I live. So ruthless truth is T, because it's truth with the Ruth taken out. Boothed by, does that mean like so like the T goes like in the middle somewhere? And is uncouth. Is uncouth an anagram indicator? Because that would mean sleuth. Is that the right amount of letters? Sleuth and a T. Okay. So the All-American Halftime Show. I just want to catch my fish, drive my truck, and drink my beer. Yeah, the All-American Halftime Show. I love that like one of the first things they had to announce on it when it was happening is, oops, we're not streaming. We're not actually streaming on X.com, the Everything app, because Elon didn't get any of the rights for any of these songs. You know, great. So they had to stream it on YouTube and Rumble instead. So, you know, fun. But because it's streamed on YouTube, that does mean we can track the amount of views it got, and it got like it's got like 14,000 views. It's fucking embarrassing. And Bad Bunny apparently fucking rocked the house. I've never listened to a Bad Bunny song. I didn't know who Bad Bunny was until like he joined wrestling. But apparently he rocked the house, and I apparently need to go listen to it. Is Bad Bunny hip hop? Is Bad Bunny hip hop? Because I can really get behind some hip hop. I'll give him his new album a listen. Bad Bunny was in Bullet Train. Hell yeah. Yeah, Lady Gaga was there, coming straight off her duet with Jigglypuff. That was a weird fucking advert. But yeah, I need to go listen to some Bad Bunny, I think. It's Puerto Rico pop is the way I describe it. Okay, I have no frame of reference for that. I'm willing to give it a try. But I have zero frame of reference for that. So that means less to me than any other genre you could have said. I've never been to Puerto Rico. I don't think I've met a Puerto Rican person. Puerto Rico has its own sound. And no doubt it does, because like everywhere does. Like, again, if you look at like any kind of genre, like British, I did not listen to any Hamilton. I find Lin-Manuel Miranda kind of cringe. He's got what I call like he's got what like Brian David Gilbert described as like a drug PSA flow. How about In the Heights? That's I no, never listened to it. But yeah, I will have to give a try to the Bad Bunny. Like most streamed artist on Spotify, like the past 3 years, which is you know it's gotta mean something. I don't meet a lot of Puerto Ricans because mostly everyone around me here is Cape Verdean, Dominican, or Azorian. I almost read that as Aorzean, and I'm like, that's not right. Aorzean's not real. This is a bastarding clue. Am I right? Am I right on this mark with this? You see Kevin Sorbo before the halftime show tweeted, don't forget to change channel during the halftime show. And then after the halftime show, yeah, everyone changed the channel, but I'm not going to. Okay, so an anagram of sleuthed, which means repeat this passage. The definition. Oh no, I hate when the definition is a big stretch. Oh. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. We've got we've got sleuth with a T at the end. We can go. The T goes somewhere. The T is not in Sleeteth, which is nothing. The T does not go at either end. The T is in the middle somewhere. Our Australian friend is being destroyed in the comments. Oh, hell yeah. Is he like, this is a really easy clue when you think about it? Is he doing that thing? This is a really charming clue for a beginner crossworder. we'll have to watch the explanation after and have a peruse of the comment section, because I am they beating his ass in the QRTs, man. Okay, am I gonna have to like use a hint? I'm gonna have to use a letter hint, because we've got the perhaps like an ocean passage. So I was thinking like a written passage or something. The clue yesterday was ass as well, and people are still making it up today. I can't remember what the clue was yesterday. I definitely did the clue yesterday, but I can't think of what it was. But I don't think I had trouble with the clue yesterday. I think of more like a passage to travel through. Okay. You got quadruped. Okay, no, I worked backwards. It was like make 3 copies, so it's tripled. No, that's not long enough because you got to factor in the original. Quadrupled. I worked backwards from that. I found the definition, worked backwards. Is it shuttle? Because we were talking about public transit, and what does public transit do? It repeats a journey on a loop like a shuttle bus. Boom! That is a massive stretch. That is such a stretch. Good God. All right, let's peep some of the comments. Let's peep the comments. Okay. This one was easy. Everyone knows a shuttle is a quadruped. I'm confused. Is Ruth a biped? They're making fun of the clue using yesterday's clue. This was a tough one for non-native speakers. Like, what do half of these words even mean? I've never heard shuttle used in this context before. No clues. Got it, no clues. Never heard shuttle used in this way. I am happy that they're all getting his ass. Actually, I want to know what he has to say about it.
This passage, ruthless truth boothed by uncouth sleuth. And this clue comes to us from one of our members, Jojo. Thank you, Jojo. I really love this clue.
He loves the clue. He loves this clue, apparently.
Read it because it's both sensible and silly at the same time. Like
where is the sensible? Where is the sensible? Where is the sensible here, our Australian friend? This is all silly. It is not sensible, you absolute fool. Anyway. We're supposed to be doing art, if you could believe it. This is supposed to be an art stream. Not sensible, but not nonsense. I think it's nonsense. But it's nonsense in the way that like a crypto crossword clue is supposed to be nonsense. I enjoy it. Shuttles are typically considered uncouth. Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, going from quadrupled, like, okay, yeah. Referring to, like, for context, yesterday's clue. All it said was a quadruped. All it said was elephant, and you were supposed to get quadruped from elephant. And put an L in it for quadrupled. Quadrupled, okay. Quadrupled does mean reproduce 3 times, because it means make 3 copies. Because you've got your original, which is a 4. So now you've gone from 1 to 4, which is quadrupled. That does make sense. That does make sense. What's AutoMod holding? Quadrupled does mean make 3 copies. Okay, it's illogical, it doesn't feel right. Quadrupled means to take quadrupled means to multiply by 4. So if you take one thing, if you have one thing and you multiply that by 4, you have 4 things. So you have made 3 copies of the thing because now you've got 4 of them, 3 copies and your original. Bam. That's we have not done Red Team yet. It's on the list, but we haven't done Red Team yet. And gays. as long as you let it through, we can't not let through the gays, you know. We're doing Red Team. Oh, I was just about to spin the wheel, but now we know. No spinning the wheel. It's Red Team time. It has been decided. Let's go into the speedrun. I also like. I think I am going to not have this be a speed run. I've not got the thingy, the life splits up, and I think we're just gonna have this being a little more chill. I think this I'll be honest with you. After last week's, where we had to scrap it and start again, I was a little shaken. So I think no speed runs this week. We're just gonna roll with it. We're still gonna like do it the same way we usually do it. It's just not gonna be timed. So we're doing Red Team this week. So let's go over here. Okay, here's the thing then. Last week's wasn't that bad because what we made in the end was very good. But the first wheel spin, I could not make anything, so I had to respin. But this week we're doing Red Team from Team Fortress 2. Fine. Merriam-Webster says quadruple is a verb and is a transitive verb to make 4 times as great or as many. So I'm right. So I'm right. Can I add a design that is a design that's not necessarily a company but is per se a laboratory? Okay, I am going to. Here is your ring the bell. Ding 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 ding. You are now allowed to add all the things you want to the list. Anything that is a fake company that you want adding to the list. Fucking here's your chance. Redeem. Quad means 4. Drupal means fuck you. Okay, Amber. If you have one thing, you quadruple it into 4 things. You have made 3 extra copies of the thing because you've got 4 now. Fanatica, the laboratory in which Bachelor of Medicine Daniil Tarkovsky studies how to create medical immortality. I'm infecting you with my pathologic brain rot. I'm gonna have to clean that up in the notepad document, but I understand. Red Team TF2. 4 times. It is 4 times as many, but that does mean you're making 3 extra copies. So we're looking at Red Team today. Red, TF2 has a wiki that is not on fandom, which is lovely. So it's about fucking 4 and not 40. That's fair. I want to see that roar on the wheel or it's clipped down. God, that would be ridiculous. Oh. Also, let me move the squishies because they're in the way of the text. Eri, go over there. Suke, you go over there as well. You hang out with Ichiban for a bit over here in the corner. Good gang of boys. I've been using Terrarius.gg wiki. It's so nice. It's for real. Non-fandom wikis are lovely. Ichiban Digital Monsters. Wow. Ichiban Digital Monsters. So, let's listen to this voice clip.
Blast! I should have hired the red team.
So if I'm right, Red Team is the one that's in all of the Meet the Team trailers. Cookie Run is making a non-friendly wiki. The progress shots look so fucking good. I'm very excited. I hate the game, but I love the designs. Yeah, like anytime anyone moves away from fandom for their wiki, that's molto bene. Unless you Bulbapedia, don't get started. So Red Reliable Excavation Demolition is a subsidiary of TF Industries, also known as Team Fortress, that allegedly specializes in demolition operations. Red has a considerable land in the New Mexican Badlands and appears to dabble in numerous industries, the most notable of which is the mining of gravel. They are led by their founder and CEO Redmond Mann. Beneath the convincing exterior of their bases of operations, they can find computer racks, satellites, rockets, and missile installations. They put a considerable amount of wealth towards militarization in hopes of defeating their rivals, Builders League Union. Each corporation administers its land with a multi-disciplined army of paper pushers. For any problem lacking an obvious bureaucratic solution, mercs are contracted to address the situation through massive application of force. Conflicts between the two companies began as land disputes between their leaders and continued for about a century until 1971 with the death of Redmond and Blutarch. Red and Blue share an intense rivalry with all encounters quickly escalating into brutal and fatal violence. Intercompany friendship is also strictly forbidden by contract. Despite this, the Red Demo Man and Blue Soldier at one time became fast friends after meeting each other at a projectile weapons expo. Once this was brought to the attention of the administrator, however, she pitted them against each other in a deadly competition, promising a mysterious new item to the winner, twisting their former friendship into brutal, bloody war. I can't continue my Ursha because I spent too long being distracted in my sessions. Oh no! No idea TF2. Oh yeah, TF2's got so much lore. You should read the TF2 comics. They're real good. Red favors a more rustic style of architecture than Blue. Red's dress code, however, is rather liberal, requiring employees to adopt a red motif for easy identification. This could also be aided for identification by sentry guns as well as other buildings. The administrator terminated the director's interviews just as he finished with Red Team. So in Team Fortress 2 shots by Valve, Red usually kills or defeats Blue. So yeah, Red is kind of like the main character. They're filthy libs. You have to wait 8 hours? Holy fucking shit. Known subfronts include Alliance Towing, Binsky Paper Company, Brown Nugget Prospecting, Cornwell, Hampshire 7 Mining Equipment, Happy Farms Cooperative, Husky Asus, Inferior Mining, Jenkin Coal, Old Geezer Draft Beer, Red Bread, Red Shed. Red Bread, Red Shed sounds like a hipster cafe that serves like sourdough, broccoli, tender stem broccoli on sourdough toast. I would eat a Red Bread, Red Shed. And here's all the shit they sell. So, sushi. Oh hell yeah, I love a bit of sushi. So here is their like current logo. Let's grab that and drop that into the dock. So they are a demolitions company. Let's see if we can find some other demolition. A communist cafe run by the most private school blokes you've ever seen in your life. Oh, you've ruined it. You've ruined Red Bread, Red Shed. Is there any famous demolitions company? They've read Theory, but God, are they fucking annoying about it. Okay, yeah, this is okay. It's in Shoreditch, right? It's definitely in Shoreditch. It can't be anywhere else other than Shoreditch with a place like with like a people that own it like that. It's Shoreditch. It's £10 for a coffee, but they do have a pay it forward scheme. For if you can't afford a very, very fancy communist coffee, but want one. The owner has a list of allegations and their parents' names are blue on their Wikipedia article. Excavation company? So this is not useful. Actually, I'm going to use armchair communist going forward. That's a good one. The owner has a list of allegations. No new Peter Mandelson on a first name basis. and their parents' names are blue on Wikipedia. Basically, terrible place. You've ruined Red Shed Red Bread for me. I wanted it to be a cool little actual like hipster place in Manchester, and you've ruined it. Now it's a place nobody would go to in Shoreditch. Yeah, excavation. Construction is when bulldozer. Excavation is when bulldozer. Demolition is when bulldozer the other way. It's just yeah. Excavate. I'm gonna type in logos, but just so we can all see the AI slop. Okay, so there's not AI slop. It's just regular slop. Cool. But it is just when bulldozer. Construction and all that about that from my OSHA. Hashtag my OSHA. Going back to what you were saying during the intro, I would love for them to not only do I want them to write something in the training about how you magnificently died. I want them to like start making legislation so that it never happens again, so that we can refer to it as Bastard's Law. According to OSHA, construction is about dying badly. This construction death could have been avoided. Have you looked up Cat Caterpillar? Cat is a good example, as is like JCB. Not JVCB. JCB is another good example. Position legally a bastard from OSHA. What's the phrase? The safety protocols are written in blood. Yeah. The red hexagon means cat, but the rental section not ownership. I see. The yellow is not supposed to be a pile of debris. Is it not? I thought it was supposed to be a pile of debris. Hashtag bastards OSHA. Not to be confused with the hashtag OSHA bastards. That means something else. So let's get the cat logo. Let's get the JCB logo, and any other companies in that like heavy machinery world. What's the word for that? What's the industry that they are in? Is it just heavy machinery? Because that sounds, well, that's the name of a wrestling team. I know a guy that works in video production for these kinds of companies, and I should know this. I love that the JCB logo has another smaller JCB logo in it. Like, that's so shit. Why has it got another smaller JCB logo in it? Why does it need that? And where is the even smaller JCB logo in this logo? Or do we zoom out even further to another JCB logo? Yeah, that's the old one that they didn't want to fully let go of. Haynes is another good one. Is it Haynes with a Y? Is Haynes with a Y? Yeah. This one's kind of dog. This one's kind of dog water. It's kind of ass, but in kind of a charming way. It's kind of ass. JCB basically never rebrand because old ass JCB. Yeah, old ass JCBs are still kicking. John Deere's tractors. We're getting too far away. John Deere's tractors. Construction companies. Not these specifically, I don't think. Or is it these? Kajima Corporation. Bechtel. Do they pass the test? Are there two buildings that have a conversation that isn't about a man? Does it pass the Bechtel test? Bastard protocol or the bastard procedure? Yes. But then the bastard procedure, but then they'll have to come out with a law stopping it, and that will be called Bastard's Law. Does this building pass the Bechtel test? Are there two rooms that have a conversation that isn't about a man? That's my one joke. Take it, leave it. So we've got a bunch of sort of in the same realm logos here. It's like the vehicles themselves use a lot of bright colors. It's blacks, whites, yellows, reds. The companies that do the building, not so much. This looks like a shitty. You know what this is? This is a DC Comics hero that was cancelled after 6 issues. I have to make sure that my dying badly is not from a fall, because everyone's always dying from that. Yeah, don't wanna fucking you don't wanna die from a fall. That's passe. That's cliche. That's overdone. You're better than that. You want to die. If anything, you want to die from unfalling, from like jumping too high. Could you do a jump so big that you take fall damage? But not for up and then right the way down. Yeah, do the opposite. Float away. Don't like completely float away. Just like float onto a higher platform. Like it's David Copperfield ass shit. But yeah, this is this not the fucking Linus Tech Tips logo? Is that not that? Am I stupid? It's okay. It's not that. It's not that. It's damn close. It's damn close. So close that somebody has a lawsuit case there. Yeah, you need to die in new and innovative ways. If it can involve a big magnet, I would find that personally whimsical. We love a big magnet. So yeah, this DC Comics hero that died after like 6 issues. I hate how thin this line is compared to this line. Why that? The LTT logo does some things. That's fair. Like, I'm not saying the LTT logo is bad. DC Comics, long Tom. Kajima Corporation. This isn't bad. I'm pretty sure we've seen this logo before because that's kind of the Xiaomi logo. And I'm pretty sure I made that comparison last time I saw this logo because it's kind of the Xiaomi logo but backwards. It's you see it's not as strict as the Long Tom logo over there. I kind of like the boxiness. I don't like that one. This is a bit taller than this. This should be the same size as this, and the length should be the same. But yeah. Bechtel, this is such like a 50s ass logo. This looks like something you'd see on inside an episode of the Venture Brothers. The grid, putting this logo in front of a grid really does expose how bad it is. Because good Lord Almighty, what is that? Yeah, Bechtel, this is so fucking 50s. This is ridiculously 50s. I kind of love it for that, but it's objectively kind of garbage. That sure is the word Turner. As I've changed my surname to Adachi Kisser of Bastards. OSHA. It's nice and snappy and to the point. I love it. Very good. Hockteeth. They sure did pull out the Arial black in a very dark blue. Hockteeth is I don't hate the glyph, but it is Hockter. It is a blue and white house. Yeah, Adachi Kisha of Bastards, OSHA, Akobo, that's great, that's bang on, well done Jedi. It's okay, the blue white house, that's so cliche. Lowe's department store. Yabasta, Akobo, they sound like unlockable characters in a fighting game. I like I like what the U is doing in Turner. It's just sort of U-ing around. It's the N but upside down. It's the N but upside down. They have you might say they have turned it. They've They've turned it. Turned it. No. No. Okay. No. No. Oh, plus 0.2. Oh, that's worse. That's like if I was in a fighting game, I hope they would give me big pants. So on team big pants versus big jacked. You are big pants. I'm big jacket. I'm big jacked. I like the big jacket. I love a big jacket. I got lots of flowy coats. Whiting Turner. So we've got Turner and then we've got Whiting Turner. Why have they whited him? Why did they white up Turner? Why have they whitewashed Turner? Logo's still kind of bad though. Nothing really to report home about here. Big pants and tube top is real good. However, big jacket and tube top is also very good. Case in point, look at what I'm wearing right now. I used to wear a jacket, but the pants are important because I wear them with big. That's fair. This logo is boring. This logo is just boring. Silhouette real triangle. That's good shit.
It's over 9,000!
If I was in a fighting game, I would be the sandbag opponent. No, you're not a sandbag. You could be like a puppet character where you don't actually fight yourself. You send someone in to fight for you. That would be really cool. Gilbane. I don't like this. I can't quite. Okay. Also, the Gil Sans ass font over here. I can't tell you why I don't like this. I just don't like this. I'm built like Bayonetta, and it's not the boon you think it is. So like just lots of limb, and Daiwa House. I like that they're doing like a 3D thing. I like they're doing like a 3D thing. I don't like that there's a gradient, but it's like properly dithered. Who the fuck's dithering a logo like this? Like unless a logo is made by a like depressed trans person doing pixel art for their itch.io game, who is properly dithering a logo like that? That's mad impressive. Like if Bayonetta was compressed downwards and somewhat rat-like. I mean, that's kind of a vibe. A goddamn nerd like us. It does also look like lips making like a ooh. What is dither? Okay, Jedi. You see this gradient here. See how it goes from dark to light. But if you zoom in, you see it's like pixel by pixel. It's not that it's slowly changing shade all at once. It is like pixel by pixel. The dark is slowly like one by one changing, and then one by one changing again, then one by one changing again, and it goes all the way down to just the odd pixels here. This is how you create texture and gradients in pixel art, called dithering. And to dither the gradient in a logo when you're not a retro game studio or you're not working digital stippling, that's a really good way of describing it. Yeah. To like fully dither a logo when you don't work in computer graphics is insane. It does look like a toy for dick havers. Now that you've said that, it does look like a toy for a penis. Daiwa House, I don't know what you're making, but it is not construction equipment. It's the Rose toy, moderately successful tweeters randomly start shilling on their viral poses for no reason. Oh. But yeah, it's all in all, here at Bastards, shall we say words that people cannot remove from their head over? Yes. It does look sex toyish. We can all agree it looks somewhat sex toyish. This, okay, the sexy red, the shape, the dithering, this is the logo for like porn comics online. That thing vibrates. It's giving silicone. This is not what they intended. All in all, most of these logos kind of suck, don't they? They all kind of blow. Best one of the house is the JCB logo because it has inside of it a smaller JCB logo. And I just really love the moxie of that. There is a precedent for doing both sex toys and construction equipment. That is true. I don't think Hitachi's logo is that though. What is Hitachi's logo? What does that company make? Well, it's on a chart of construction company logos, so I assume like, I don't know, diggers and shit. Maybe a wrecking ball. Hitachi's logo, just the word Hitachi. Just the word Hitachi. I'm gonna put it on there. But it ain't a good one. It ain't a good one, I gotta say. They don't own the Sexo anymore. So it's just the Magic Wand now. There are many people that just refer to that as the Hitachi. It's fucking Hitachi, you know, fucking Hitachi. Maybe they make jackhammers. Maybe these guys make jackhammers. If you know what I'm saying. So this is kind of our mood board. Done. Let's order those. Distribute the spacing on there, and we'll shrink these ones down. And then let's get our checklist. If I was a drag king, I'd name myself Jack Hammers. That's so good. Why have people not done that yet? I saw a drag king at a show called Buster Open. That's very good. I saw a drag king called Giza Fight once. Buster Open is very good. I do enjoy drag names. Drag names are so good. I have a certain disdain for drag acts because their name as a comedian, I write funny things for a living, and then a drag act will go out on stage and their name will be funnier than anything I've ever written. And good fucking lord. Reliable Excavation and Demolition. That is the name of the company. Not excavation and demotion. Demolition. There we go. So we're going for, I think, obviously it needs, most importantly, red and why are you doing that? Red, no blue. No blue allowed. Just red. It's got to have, what's it got to have? I feel like an explosive is too on the nose. I feel like an explosive is way too on the nose for this, right? Nothing else in this realm has explosives on their logo. Most of the logos are just word marks. So we could do a really sexy, simple word mark, or we could lean more into sort of retro feel. More minimal. We definitely need to lean more minimal because they're very maximalist right now, and the rest of the industry is leaning in a more minimal direction. Logos in general are leaning in a more minimal direction. Obviously, I'm not going to go for the current one. Does look kind of Fallout, but I feel like Fallout and TF2, they approach the same realm of history that they're trying to sort of ape and trying to like. TF2 is set in the 70s, I believe. I'm pretty sure they're set in the 70s, and I don't know about Fallout. Yeah, geometric. That's what we're looking for. Geometric shapes. something. We need something that can be put on the side of a sentry gun, and also like put on like a work uniform, and it looked good either way. So it's got to scale. It's got to scale. They have bread of course they have bread teleporters in 70s. My duo comedy partner will be Jack Hardwood. They're a lumberjack. Yes, beautiful. Of course, scalable. We always do scalable. The Jack Hammers and Jack Hardwood. Beautiful combination. I would see them. I would go. I would buy ticks. Their backup color is this like cream. Do we want to stay with a red and cream, or do we want? I feel like we want to be bold. Together we are jacking it, and when you're off, when you're done touring, you're jacking off. Or you could. No, one of you could be Jack Hammers, and one of you is a clown, and you're Jack and it. You're Jack and it. You're Jack and it. That's bad. That's terrible. But yeah, so scalable, bold. Because if they're gonna be like, if they Jack and it exactly, like rock and roll. If this is a front, if this is a front for everything else, Jack and Dole. So if this is a front for like the actual like mercenary war thing, then I don't think it needs to be like particularly subtle. I think it needs to be. It's just Jack. He's just jacking it. He's just jacking it. I like that. Well, yeah, I think if we make it bold, we make it bright, because this is I think like trying to be a bit understated, as understated as you can be with an actual literal bomb. I think if we go bold and bright, then it will be like it won't look like a front company, because why would it look? Why would you build a front? Why would you build a non-existent company that's so loud? I get there's a lesson in Magic that you learn if you want to hide something, paint it red. Where basically, the more obvious something is, the less obvious something is. Because if you're looking like you're not trying to hide it, then it won't. People won't think it's hidden. You know. The clown is actually a rodeo clown named Rocky the Oyster Mountain. Yeah, kind of like hide in plain sight, like dialed up to 11. It's like it's not hidden in plain sight. It's hidden in you cannot miss it. Is a Rocky Mountain oyster? Is Rocky Mountain oyster bull testicles? Is that what that is? Am I right in thinking that? I think they're called like sweetbreads in Europe. I think they're sweetbreads. But yeah. Paint it red, and I know what that means, and I just explained to you what that means, so we're good. We're gravy. We're gold. Is that all we have? More. I feel like more excavation, less demolition, because. And the even better part is an oyster or clam. Yeah, an oyster, a clam is slang for gooch. It is. It is a twofer. You got a double joke there. Well done. I'll give you 2 rim shots at once. I think this is gonna be our starting point. So we've got obviously no blue, red, geometric shapes, simple, bold. It's a more confident logo. Because again, as much as this is a bomb, it doesn't feel very confident to me. It feels like they are showing you what they're doing because you don't believe that they're good at, because they don't believe that you think they know. But like, if you look at like Cat and JCB and Haynes, they're not showing you what they're doing there. As much as I like to continue the world of Bastards, Bastards Osha Drag Edition, I've thought about it so far. Enjoy the outside world as much as you can. Have a good rest of your day. Take care. But yeah, none of these, with the exception of Hawk Tour over here, is showing you what they're doing. They're just well, apart from Daiwa House, which is showing you that they're really good at blowjobs. They're just they're way more abstract than that, which I think is is in my opinion the best way to go about making a logo. The more detail you put in, the less memorable it becomes, which feels like a bit of a backwards, but that's actually the way things work. So let's start in the sort of Cat JCB realm by just some big old bappers of a font. Let's something professional, something knowledgeable, something sturdy. We want sturdy. The letters need to be bold and beautiful and able to take down a building. I don't like the corners. I don't like the corners on that. There's some wonky corners, and the E is, I don't like that the middle of the E is really, really big and beefy. It's don't like. Let's try. Looks like Rio. It does look like Rio. The D was not very clear there. We need to make the D clear. We can't have an unclear D. Because otherwise it will just be read as Rio, and we don't want it to be read as Rio. So as much as like some of these Ds are nice and stylized, it does make it less legible. I don't know why I have that fucking font. That's a nasty font. Daiwa wants us to have a very clear D. Daiwa are wanting to help us with our D situation. You know what I'm saying? Just looking through the fonts that I have installed. I mean, that's funky, but it's not relevant. Let's see. There's also nothing funnier than making a logo where the company name, we need to make the D clear or something tight pants. Let's everyone get their dick jokes in now. There's something very good about making a company logo that is not like the word red is not going to be red, and I feel like that's going to be the case. But like, nobody complains that the cat logo doesn't have a cat in it. You dig? Like, you just gotta have faith. That's too boring. Gibson, you're boring. These are boring. They're boring. Go Hack. Go Hack's all right, but again, it's a little bit boring. Cat is okay. So Cat is a shortened name, but their name is Cat, and they don't have a single cat on them. No cat ears, no nothing. And at this point, it's not a shortened name anymore. They're just Cat, because the logo just says Cat. See, that's pretty good. That's pretty big and bold. But I'm not sure if the sharp corners are what we want. What if we, apropos of absolutely nothing, just rounded the corners of everything? Oh, that looks wet. That looked wet. Did not like that at all. Where are we? Juicy fruit. That's not the right vibe at all. So that's where we were. Let's see where else we can go. Because there's like, excuse me, what are you? Copious. I have so many fucking fancy sword on this that I do not remember getting at all. It's just like, and going to fonts, asking if it's creepy or wet. They're good fonts. Sir. Look inside, wet. You gotta get out a big chart with. Go to the one in the squares. This one. I have another one. I have another font that's in squares. That's like, it's more straight up in squares. But that's I don't feel like that's the right vibe. It's a nice one though. The letters are stopping to look like letters now, which is a good sign that we're getting there this early. Usually it takes a little bit longer for the letters to stop looking like letters. Now we're talking. Now we're fucking talking. Barely legible. Looks like R80. Absolutely perfect. Okay. The middle spoke of the E, really off-putting. Looks like it's giving Elon Musk at the inauguration. You know what I mean? Moving on. Let's see. This is the more like ornery spray painted onto a box of TNT. That's not a bad vibe. But this is my more like almost sci-fi-ish letters in boxes kind of font. And I've got I think 3 variants of that in Magitech, I think it's called. Is it Magitech? Mad Hacker. Megatech? Mega Monster? Megatech, there it is. So I've got the D is an O, and it's giving BBC. So unfortunately for you, Megatech, we will have to move along. Moving right along. But there's nothing saying we can't take a font and put it in boxes like that anyway, as long as we avoid the BBC-ness of it all. Have we used this font before? Because that is, I'm gonna be honest, that's pretty sexy. Look at that. Oh, just me. It's very long. And I don't know if there's like anything we could do with it to make it like slightly more boxy, but I don't hate it. Let's try something. Because I want to like keep the essence of the bomb without specifically having the bomb, you know? So I have this idea to use a shape that almost looks the part without encroaching on it too much. Let's take this above this, add a stroke on it. It is okay. It's a little bit wrestling belt. Not that I think that's a bad thing. I know, of course, that I'm very biased, but Oh, the built-in strokes are absolutely wank. Let's use the appearance panel instead, because that's just how we do things. Right, let's path, outline object, let's path, new fill. New fill is white, goes behind the characters, and then we convert that to a rounded rectangle, not a regular rectangle, a rounded rectangle with 27, let's say. And if we put that there, it's a little bit stop sign as well. Like using an octagon is always going to make it look stop signy, which is the problem. And like more sides, less stop signy, but of course it loses the punch. Less sides, however, like if it's just like a hexagon. How do we feel about that hexagon? If we grab a nice, I think instead of this washed out red, let's go for something bolder. Let's go. I know I'm biased, but I do like a nice deep red. I'm liking the font less. I don't hate this as a conceptually. I don't hate this, but I'm liking the font less. So maybe we fiddle with the font a bit more. The red, maybe my polygon behind it, colored in red, is cursed from the get-go because it will always look like a stop sign. Maybe that's something I just need to abandon. Oh, I really like New Nord. I use New Nord all the time, but it's a very good font. That's also very good. I don't think it's right for this project, but it's one I really want to use one day. You dig? Right. That's an O. I don't like that E very much. Actually, do I like that E? Is that E a bad E? I don't know if I love or I hate that E. Maybe if we no. Where did it go? Where did my hexagon go? I wanted the hexagon to be this color, please. I like the hexagon to be. I would like the hexagon to be this color, please. To be this color. Kind of hate it. Kind of still hate it. If it's a bad E, can you manually? I can, of course, manually add a line to it. That would be super easy. But now, if we're doing rounded corners, we need to. If we're doing rounded corners or not doing rounded corners, we need to decide, because we can't have some corners rounded and some corners not. How is... That's definitely too stop sign, isn't it? That's very, very stop sign. I don't like it. Too techie, I think. Too techie. We're not building what if. We're not doing what if they were a Silicon Valley company. We've done that too many times. They just need to be reliable. Reliable is in the name. So it needs to be a sturdy, heavy font. But not scary sturdy, just sturdy. Because like if it's a thin, wafy font, or if it's like a scripty font, then it wouldn't be. It doesn't say reliable to me. It says, you know, fun, and we don't want to be saying fun. We want to be saying reliable. So we want something that is. I would say something wide and something definitely something broad. I mean, that's very basic, but it does fit into the realms of Cat and JCB. I need to pull that in a bit. Let's try widening this up a bit. Can we just like fatten this out by maybe 150?
Check it out.
Oh, see, I like that a lot more. Not that. I didn't mean to click you. Go away, you. I like that a lot more. We need to fatten up this fill. Let's add 50 to it. Now, it's basic. There's a gas station in my town with a little convenience store called Quality Quick Shop, with the slogan "Quality is in our name," which is a statement of fact. Yeah. Like what I see what they're going for. Quality, it's in our name. I get it. I get what they're going for, but that is not all they're doing. There is a statement of fact. It's not really helping their case at all. So this currently looks like this off the white. It looks like this. I think in actuality, we need to. What if we did? Oh, this might be bad. But I kind of want to do something with like flipping the hexagons. And maybe, ooh, are we adding too much detail? If I try and add the fuse in a way that, again, just sort of like emulates the feeling of a fuse without being a fuse. Like, if we're like properly abstracting this down, we've got the bomb bit, this, and the light. And if we just abstract that down to that and that, it's like proper logo wanker, but I don't hate that. Like, I quite like the little floating hexagon there. It adds a little something, you know? I mean, I might be delusional. Looks like an app icon. Oh, it does look. Oh, you're right. You're right. So that is our absolute like maximum size. Well, the badge the notification would be on this side. I really like this so far. That's good. That's good because it was your request, and I wouldn't want you to go, this is actually wank. As an aside, I don't want chat to be afraid to tell me if something is wank. If I'm making something and it's a bad idea, I want you to tell me that it's a bad idea. There we go. I think up there, just like pushing the height up a little bit, it captures like the font is similar to the blue logo. It is that do you mean like rotating both of them or just rotating this one? Because I kind of like that the gap is the same, but what we could do is rotate this so it's like that. Ooh. Do I like that, or do I prefer it the other way? I'm not. Honestly, I'm not sure. I think having it, looking at it on the TV screen, I think that is nobody's caring. Nobody's caring about the little dance that I'm doing. I think that is the version I like the best. Like without the text, it looks blank. So it will not stand on its own, sadly. But we could do like I'll tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a copy of this up here. We've got a copy to work with. Actually, before I do that, let's group and throw a copy of the group up there, because that's the way you're supposed to do it, gangs and gamers. And now let's create these outlines. Let's expand the appearance of that. Let's do some fucking cutting. I've still got that rectangle there. I've still got that fucking rectangle. You can off your pop, rectangle. Thank you for your service and all that, but right, let's add these two, add these two. I need to just Balrog, thank you for the raid. Balrog, piss wank funny. Welcome. How are you doing? Welcome to the Queer Buccaneer, the gayest, greatest secret tab on this side of Limsa Laminsa. Today we are designing a new logo for the red team from Team Fortress 2. This is what we do every Wednesdays. The kaboom is very fitting. Every Wednesdays here at the tavern, we usually take a randomly generated logo off of our big wheel of logos and design a new logo for it. But this week, the lovely demo reel in chat, they threw some drink tokens at us to skip the wheel and do the red team. So we've got our sort of mood board over here with other sort of construction company logos. We've got a little bit of some checklist of stuff here. Basically, I'm a professional graphic designer, and I'm taking you through my process of how I design logos for proper businesses, but with a random wheel of companies and brands from video games, which is real fun. So what the current concept is I've taken this concept of the bomb. Blue has been done previously. Demo, thank you for grabbing the blue. I was going to mention that, but I was going to have to dig through my files to find the blue. So at the minute we're trying to sort of simplify this bomb image into something that is more akin to these logos up here, because if you we did a little run through of all of the other construction excavation companies that we found, and none of them had like actual demolition parts on them. The closest one was Daiwa, which has a very well dithered cock ring on it. So we're going minimal, we're going geometric, we're going something that looks like building, something that looks like construction. I have it open because I like looking at it. If there is like through lines between the two, please do let me know, because those kind of things are really fun, even if unintentional. But yeah, welcome. How was your stream? What were you up to? Dithered is a very fun word. Welcome. Let's do some arbitrary corner rounding. I don't think we're going to stick with these rounded corners, although well dithered cock ring is a really good band name. How do we feel about the rounded corners? I struggled. The rounded corners on the bottom is feeling a little bit plant pot, and I think it needs to be no rounded corners. Rounded corners on the text, but no rounded corners on the shapes. That does leave us with this shape that we can use in the abstract. But I think instead of that, we will use this as a shape. This is a short run shape, because the thing about logos, they need to be scalable. I've talked a lot about this on social media and on these streams. Logos need to be scalable, and the problem with logos with text is if you zoom all the way out, it doesn't, like, it's less readable. I mean, this is not a good example because these are just 3 letters. So we could toy with just making them a black bar, but I don't really like that. I also don't really love this shade of red. Me and my wife, the lovely Sammy Louise 94, playing randomized Dark Souls lockout bingo. That's every word of that, more difficulty. Randomized Dark Souls lockout bingo. That's insane. More power to you. I could not deal with that. I've never darked a soul. I've never I don't know if I could get away with doing a Dark Souls. I tried Elden Ring, did not get on with it in the slightest. I don't think I'm cut out for those kind of games. I think the closest thing I've played to a Dark Souls like all the way through is I did a fair bit of the Surge 2. Items, keys, fog gates, enemies, all randomized. So that sounds hellish. I did quite a bit of the Surge 2. I had a lot of fun with the Surge 2, which is wild. Is it reliable excavation demolition, or is it just reliable? So there's no and, it's just reliable excavation demolition. That's just 3 words. That's not a like coherent sentence. So let's pull this text down. Let's make this text 100% wide, because we're on 150 for these. No, not whatever that was. Did I go 1,000? I think I did 1,000 there. That's not good. And let's... What we can do with this is make it about... Okay, let's start with this. Let's go 33%. And... maybe we will keep it at the... Keep it at the 150, I think. If it's any consolation, I wasn't really a fan of Elden Ring. The more mainline experience, Dark Souls is a much nicer experience, depending on what the problems were. My problems with Elden Ring was all of the things that make it Elden Ring. It's all of the things that make it a Souls-like. It's the like staggering, unforgiving difficulty. The Elden Ring also just had like no sense of direction for the most part, which didn't help. Dark Souls 1 is still hard, but most bosses have easily learnable patterns and give you breathing room. Again, I managed to get through the Surge 2. I managed to get credits on that, which was quite good. And I had a nice time with that, but I just don't think Souls-likes are for me, you know. Now I'm thinking if we want to add the subtitle, do we want to add the subtitle? Because if we do, then we'll have to like either pull this down and just like fake the fact that it is a regular hexagon, or maybe we just don't need the subtitle. Totally fair, I get that. Yeah, I mean, it's really impressive, like watching people. It's really impressive, like watching people, you know, rock them and absolutely kick ass with them. I just, I'm not very good at video games. You know, there's a thing of like, sometimes I'll cop to, okay, that was a fair death, but a lot of times in games like Dark Souls, games like Elden Ring, I feel like the deaths that it gets over me aren't earned, because it's like, okay, how was I supposed to know that I was supposed to do that? Let's go 60 up, please. Just want to move 60 pixels up. Right. Plus 60. No, minus 60. Minus 60. That puts it... I think that puts it in a better... I think that puts it in a little bit better. We spent 2 hours on the gargoyles, who were randomized to be small mushroom, and the end game boss with a ridiculously increased... Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Right. Is that a better placement for that? Compare gamers. A, B, A, B, A, B. I think B. Because that being a little bit lifted gives a sense of building. You know what I mean? Gives a little sense of building. I'm going to keep that over in the corner. I'm still not completely happy on the shade of red. We're still up in the air about the shade of red. But it does give us the ability to pick a nice matching shade of black. Shade of black. Absolute wankery that I just said. Looks like a burger. Okay, last week we kept making hot dogs and we're trying to make a burger. Now we're making a burger when we're trying to make a construction company. We're here. We're back to imagine a burger. We're stuck in Burger Town. Do I need to find a nice shade of a red? Next week we're gonna make the perfect construction company logo when we roll, like, I don't know, fucking tomato from Shenmue. To be fair, a lot of souls like you do the later FromSoft titles missed the point to give the bosses bullshit one hit kill moves. Insane combos, throw a bunch of harder additional dudes. My god. Yeah, like I feel like they, like, at some point they got high in their own supply. They forgot that they were a game about exploration and punishment, and instead just went, it's a game where you die. It's a game where you die. Haha, you die. They got high in their own supply just a little bit. Is this it? Is this the one? Because, like, I really like this. That's why DS2 is the peak. I haven't played any of the Dark Souls. I'm just talking out my ass. Completely honestly, I'm talking out my ass. Is this the one? Like, it's really simple, but it's got aspects of this, and it's turned it into something like this. I really like this. Let's get variating, shall we? Because one thing we do need to do is make the horizontal version. Can you put it next to the redesigned blue? Yes, I can put it next to the redesigned blue. Let me scroll back up in chat to grab the blue one that I did and posted on my Blue Sky. So this is the blue that we did. This is the blue that we did. There is like tonal similarities between the two. One is way more. That is a tasty looking construction burger. Blue being way more rounded to red's sharp corners, but they do complement each other in a nice way. They've both got these rounded forms, but in very different ways. Blue's got a lot of rounded corners. Love Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. Right, let's do our is it 90 degrees we're going with? It wasn't 90 degrees at all. But yeah, we need to is it 60 degrees that we need to do this with? 60, and then another one, please. Thank you. That was a really, really quick and dirty way to refill out this this hexagon, so that I can then do this and paint it into a solid shape. Now we've got this, and we can modern train them to all to understand smash burgers. Smash burgers, genuinely pretty good. I do like smash burgers. You just need to, because the burger being really thin means it gets really crispy, and you like layer up like 2, maybe even 3 patties onto the same one bun, so you get a lot of crisp, a lot of edge. It's good. It's nice. I like it. Trend that I am too old to get. Very, very tall burger. I know this is a bit of a hack cliche take, but if I want big burger, I want wide burger. I don't want tall burger. I like that a lot less. I'll be honest with you, I like that a lot less. This works. This doesn't look good when it's split up. I think we might need to keep the split, but that just looks weird. We could do that, but that doesn't look much better. Right. The wider is, yeah. And if burger tall, how burger get in mouth? But if burger wide, burger can fit in mouth. Because mouth only opens so much. Wide burger, more stuff. Tall burger, hard to eat. You have to just like eat it downwards, which is not, layer by layer is not the intended method. Also, burgers should be wrapped in paper. Any burger that isn't wrapped in paper doesn't taste as good. Because the paper, they shouldn't even be called burgers. Yeah, if you have to eat them like downwards, they shouldn't be called burgers. I've had burgers so big. Yeah, if a burger's so big you need a knife and fork, you've done burgers wrong. You've done burgers wrong. You shouldn't You should not ever, ever need to grab any piece of cutlery to eat your burger. This is the hill I am willing to die on. Pizza and burgers, you should never need to reach for a knife and fork. Anyway, for the long boy lockup, yeah, I also shouldn't need to unhinge my jaw like Scooby and Shaggy. That is another very, very good take. This is why wide burger. This is why burger wide, not burger tall. I mean, yeah, I wish I could. Imagine all the shenaniganery I could get up to. Right. So, for the long word mark, I'm thinking, which is a dangerous sport, I know. Why don't we go from, what's the length from here to here? 73. Okay. What's half of 73? 35. 37, 38. So 36 and a half plus 36.5. That should pull that down a bit. No. Plus 36. Give me plus 36.5. That'll pull that down a bit. And now, hexagon in our whole big brain moves. Okay, so I've gone for the longer for the lockup where it's longer. We ditch these and we just have the floating octagon. I think we make it smaller a bit. Like we could try up the hexagon in the art. I mean, it's the problem is fitting it in, because the shape that it's at the minute is like it's so for the longer lockup, I've gone for just the floating octagon, which I think is the most optimum move, because just having the full octagon didn't look right. Having just the split octagon didn't look right. This has that. This I think really leans into the JCB, the Hokutua. It's subtle, but it's very, like, it can get to the point where it'd be very identifiable, where any red hexagon can be turned into a red reliable exclamation definition logo. The alternative is making it like the cat logo is very good. I do think the cat logo is very good. Pull that into there. The alternative is doing this, but I don't think that's great either. So I think I'm going to stick with this. Unless, like, pulling this to this size. Like that's another alternate we can do. Or we could go, we could grab this, and this. Pull this out of that. Shrink that down. Is that us making it work? Are we making it work? And the hexagon overlapping the R a little bit. That does look pretty good. I'll grant you that does look pretty good. Like we could give it a another fill. Bear with me for just a moment. Path, offset path. Like that. Right. Gamers. Top or bottom? Top or bottom, top or bottom, top or bottom. Gotta run because tea is ready. Enjoy the stream. Enjoy your tea. Thank you for the raid. Hope you have a great rest of your day and take care. Top or bottom? And should we add the... I'm top or bottom all the way. Now then. And should we add the... Well, if you are a top, then you surely should be voting for bottom. Because, you know, it's not going to work otherwise. Because that's what you want. Do we add the little bonus hex? Like that. Is that how we do it? Is that what the longer one looks like? Bottom now. Bottom now. That's that sorted. So let's do some organization. So this is logo, this is long logo. That's the scrap up the top. I really should start putting these on new layers. So far, we've got main logo, we've got long logo. We don't have tall logo. Have you saved? I've not saved, Kona. Thank you for that. I should make that a redeem. Streaming, wheel, red. Saved. Thank you for that. So I think, is there anything? Sorry, I'm gonna go over here just for a moment because Stoat is just now deciding that it wants to send me all these notifications, despite the fact that I think I'm in Do Not Disturb mode. So I've just closed that. So now you won't see the vestiges of the conversation that people are having around me. And now we're back. Because I need to desktop capture for Illustrator to work. Otherwise, you only get the main window. You don't get any of these like flyouts and shit. And I need that to explain, to like proper make sense of what I'm doing. Alright, so that, yeah, that can go there. So that, let's expand these and let's go. So we need this and this. So we can go bye-bye. And then on this, we can go. I said we can go. Bye-bye. Bam. Bam. This track is pretty banging. And then I don't know that we need any other logo lockups than these. I'm tempted to say this is the main logo because, oh boy, this is a sexy logo. And this is your alternate one. And then we can do the different colorways. Where we go, what if it was all red? We go, what if it was all black? And we need an accompanying white. So the way we cheat that is we go bam, bam, bam. We go full tint twice. And then these two go top and bottom. And that is the same scale as that. And I hear you cry, but we can't read that because it's white on white. Bear with me, my sweet summer child. 3D? We in Dudleyville now? Right, so let's go on this one. We go give it a fill. That fill is going to be that black. And then with that fill, we go, let's turn you into a rectangle. Boom, now it's readable. Easy as pie. So now we've got all of these different versions of this logo. We need to do the same thing with this logo, which I do think is going to be the main logo. I think it's going to be... yeah, it's going to be the main logo in it. So let's go 33%. Yes, yes, yes. So then we can go give me an all red. Give me an all black. And then give me that effect, please. Oh, I thought you were going to copy the effect as well. You penis. I've been watching a streamer that plays a lot of Binding of Isaac. I've been watching a couple of Binding of Isaac streamers. YouTube has been like, you should start watching Binding of Isaac streamers. So I've been watching this guy, another Matt Plays Isaac. And through him, I found another streamer called Vicfus. And I really, really like Vicfus. They're really fun, really animated, really energetic. They talk so fucking fast, though. It's just constant and so fast. I don't know how they manage to talk so damn fast. But they manage. And I'm like, I am a trained stage performer, and I cannot constantly keep talking as fast as they are, saying like coherent thoughts and sentences and processing thoughts and sentences that fast. Like, I am a trained stage actor with ADHD, and I cannot process and externalize thoughts as fast as they can. It's insane. Good streamer though. If you like Binding of Isaac, go watch Vicfus. Kind of, yeah, a proper trained auctioneer cadence, but like saying like Zoomer comedy shit. It's fun, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy it, but it's a little bit ridiculous. Red, what do you reckon? I think this is kind of a banger. I'm really happy with how this has come out. This is kind of a bop and a banger. We've taken the spirit of this and we've transplanted it into this, and this is what we've got at the end of it. I need to get a red 2 fort as a little background picture. What is this company is from Team Fortress 2. This is red from TF2, the red team. Let's grab this for the background. Pull the opacity down to like 20. And whack behind that a nice rectangle that that covers the whole artboard, please. Put that in that cream color. And then we can put the image above the rectangle. And that's the artboard ready to export. For the social media. As long as we've moved Cat out of the way. Come on, Cat, get out of the way. Boom! Look at that. Honestly, I think that fucks so hard. I said I wasn't going to time it, but it only took us about 90 minutes, which is really fun. I'm so happy with how that's come out. I mean, I'll say again, like at the start of the stream, I was a little bit apprehensive to like come back after the kind of train wreck that was last week's. I mean, I really like the Yokohama 99 logo that we made at the end of it, but the absolute stalling that we did on Smileburger really like put me on a back foot. So to come back and do this, something that I think really hits hard, I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with it. We can also do an extra version of this logo while I'm here, while I'm just sort of pontificating. If this logo is ever too small, what we can do is convert it to this version that is just a black rectangle instead. Where's the black rectangle gone? I don't know why that's happened. Right, okay. Path. Outline object. Convert to rectangle. There we go. So if the logo is ever too small, we can use this alternate that just has the black line underneath. And now this works at small size. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace these three with a small size version of this that is perfectly legible, because I did have a small beef with the other one being like the text reliable explanation definition was super small. So let's make a smaller version with no unreadable text, like a proper designer would. Let's rectangle. Let's throw you in the other fill. That's way more readable now. Legibility. More like legendability, am I right, gamers? Let's equidistance you. One of my favorite tools in Illustrator, the equidistant tool. Takes all of the shapes that you select and goes, okay, make them all the same distance apart. Absolutely clever. How do I air horn? As exclamation mark air horn. I think it's exclamation mark air horn. There we go. Thank you. But yeah, I am really happy with how that's come out. I'm even happier with it now, in fact. Now that we've got these far more legible versions. I am just super happy with... super happy with how this is coming out. Those two bottom out. Those two top out. Right. Problem is now that I've done that, I've got sort of extra space to play with. unless I just get rid of that and we just use that as a showcase for the smaller size. I think it makes sense. Everyone knows what it means. There we go. Everyone knows what that means, right? Select. Banging, absolutely fucking banging. I'm so happy with how this is coming out. I tell you, I don't know how people stream art full time because it's kind of stressful. What if it sucks? But this is really fucking good. This is really, really fucking good. So I think we're going to save. We're going to save. We're not going to forget to save. And we're going to export while we're here. Not as a PDF. We're going to want to export as a pung. Call that red. Bang it in there. And I think that's going to be the end of the stream. I know these Wednesday streams are a bit short, but I really, really just like sitting down with y'all and making some art on a Wednesday evening. If anybody else has been doing an art at the same time, please do share it away over in the Discord or the brand new Stoked server that we're starting, because Discord might be falling apart. So yeah, please do help. We're working on more episodes. That definitely counts. That definitely counts. I would love to see that if you're willing to share it. But yeah, Saturday, our next stream, we're doing another Wrestling is Silly. I know we did one last week, but I'm away for a couple of weeks, starting on the 20th. So there's going to be no Wrestling is Sillies for like 2 weeks. So we're going to have Wrestling is Silly next week, and then we've got Monday stream, Wednesday stream, and then I'm on holiday. So please do tune in. If there's anyone from the two raids that is still hanging around and you never heard of Wrestling is Silly before, you don't know what you're missing. There is going to be 2 hours at least of absolutely bonkers wrestling show. It is it's Saturday Valentine's Day. Okay, there might not be a wrestling. I forgot it was Valentine's Day. There might not be a Wrestling is Silly on Saturday. Because I think me and Zach might want to go out and do something for Valentine's Day. So bear with me on that. Request a GeoGuessr. Okay, I will maybe. I used to do quite a bit of GeoGuessr streams. I might do some more GeoGuessr at some point. Maybe I'll do some GeoGuessr. If you can find me some fun GeoGuessr maps, I might do some GeoGuessr after the art streams on Wednesdays. But yeah, maybe a Wrestling is Silly on Saturday if we're not doing anything. But with me and Zach will probably be doing something. But yeah, then Monday stream, Wednesday stream, and then I'm holiday for 2 weeks. So no streams when I'm on holiday, obviously. I'm going to go be a pirate in the Caribbean. It's going to be really fun. And yeah, other than that, I plugged it before and I'll plug it again. Nerdyqueer.com is no longer an Etsy shop, so we cannot rely on Etsy's search engine to bring us sales. So if you have any nerd or gay nerd friends who have a birthday coming up, or anything like that, or you want to treat yourself to something, nerdyqueer.com is where you can find a bunch of really, really cool fucking pins. We just opened up shipping to America because we figured out how to get the tariffs to work. We're now shipping worldwide. We've got a lot of cool pins, pronoun pins, pride flag pins, fun little joke pins. We've got a really, really good AI hater pin that is absolutely phenomenal. All of your friends will think you're way sexier if you're wearing an AI hater pin. And yeah, let's go say hello to somebody, shall we? Let's go and have a poke around somebody's stream. Whose stream should we go and say hello to? Okay, the candles aren't on the site yet because I haven't made a new batch of candles yet. Because making the candles is like a whole day's affair. So I might make some candles before I go away on holiday and let them cure while I'm on holiday and then list them after that. The candles will only ship to the UK though, because the shipping international shipping on those candles is fucking ridiculous. Nobody is going to pay that. So the candles will only ship to the UK. But I'm going to make a fresh batch of candles, let them cure over the holiday maybe, and then sell them. List them on the shop afterwards. But yeah, please go to nerdyqueer.com. Please check out the stuff that me and Zach pour our heart and soul into. And yeah, let's go say hello to... Who can we go and say hello to? We could go and say hi to... I was going to say Amber, but knowing how long they stream for, they're probably like about to wrap up. So maybe not. Maybe not Amber. Are we feeling... what we could do is go and see if anybody's streaming Team Fortress 2. See if there's any like cool gay TF2 streamers and go and raid into one of those. Because we just did basically a TF2 stream, kind of, almost. And a whole bunch of cool people stream TF2. Team Fortress 2. Find me a nice gay TF2 streamer. Find me a nice gay VTuber TF2 streamer. Because can you believe there's not a lot of TF2 streamers out there right now? Find me a nice gay. Full stop. Yeah, that'll do. That'll about do. How about Schmaken? Nice little channel. Let's have a glance at the channel. They seem pretty cool. Okay, I will take a chance on Schmaken. If they're bad, I apologize. But we're gonna go say hello to Schmaken. A nice little LGBTQ VTuber playing some TF2. Everyone be good, or be energetic and fun and cool. There's your raid message. If you're a sub, use those emotes. If you're not a sub, use any emotes you want. Go again, nerdyqueer.com one more time. Join us on Discord and on Stoked, because Discord might be dying. But until next time, Buccaneer, Buckafar, wherever the buck you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, love you, bye.